Hey everyone, it's Jim from Small Time Outlaws and bringing you the 5th video in my Advanced Programming in Monkey tutorial series. In this video we'll be covering the stack generic container that comes with Monkey. Now I know I said I'd be going over sets as well, but I had actually never used sets before I started doing these tutorial videos, so I went to read up on them. I found them to be not what I thought they were. There's different kind of sets out there, and the Monkey set doesn't seem to be, to me anyway, doesn't seem to have any practical use when making games. So if you want, they're there in the documentation. Check them out, read them over, but I'm not going to go over them because I don't think I have to, but that might just be me. So sorry about that. No sets, just stacks. And now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Open up Monk. And now stacks are probably my favorite container in Monkey. They resemble lists in many ways, and they also resemble maps in many ways, but I'd say they're most like arrays, only they allow for a lot more dynamic access to them. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and create our first stack. And just like before, let's go with people. Let's create a stack of people's names. So we're going to have a stack, and these names are of the string type, and we're going to initialize it with a new stack of strings, just like that. Now the most important methods with stacks are the push and pop methods, and this is how you're going to populate your stack and how you're going to take everything back out. So to start out, let's push. We're going to use push to add values to our stack, to the top of our stack, and then pushes everything down. I'm going to push Sally on there. Let's push some Gary on there. Let's push some Steve on there. And now that you've pushed these things onto your stack, to get them off, you use the pop method. And just like with the list, using the remove first, it's going to take it off, and then it's also going to return that value so you can use it. So what I'm going to do in this case is just print people.pop, and I'm just going to, I put in 3 people names, so I'm just going to copy and paste that 2 more times for a total of 3, and then I'm going to run that, and you can kind of see how this works. Now as you can see, it's printed Steve first, then Gary, then Sally. So the way stacks work, it's the first in is the last one out. So the first thing I added was Sally, then I pushed on Gary, then I pushed on Steve. But when I pop that last one I put in out first. So Steve comes out first, then Gary, then Sally. Now if you don't like the push and pop, that's alright if you don't. These stacks have extra functionality that kind of makes them resemble arrays a little more, and it makes them a lot more dynamic though. So first one I'm going to show you is the insert method. And the way the insert method works is you can just insert a value anywhere in your stack according to the index you put in. So this is just an integer index, just like with arrays. And let's say I want to insert Larry at index 2, and what this will do is, if there's anything beyond index 2 or at index 2, it's going to shift it down and then stick Larry in there. Now alternatively, if you wanted to change a value at a certain index, you can use the set method, just like with maps. Put in the index, and let's say, oh, that was a mistake, his name's actually Harry, and we'll change his name to Harry. And then just like with maps, if you want to get a value at a certain spot in your stack, you just use the get method with the index. And just so you can see what's going on here, I'm going to go ahead and print this off, and you can see that I've actually changed Larry to Harry. Okay, and now if you want to remove an item from your list, you just remove by its index. Pretty easy. And now the difference with this remove though from like a list is it doesn't return the value that's there. So the only way to do that with a stack is to use the pop. So keep that in mind. And then real quickly, since I didn't show you with the list, I'm going to show you how to quickly you can convert your stack to an array. So I'll say people array. In this case, you want to do some array things with it. So you just create your empty string array of any variable name, and you just assign it your stack name dot to array, and that will just return all this as an array and store it in people array. And finally, just like with everything else, with all the other generic containers, you can clear everything out with the clear method. And that will pretty much do it for stacks. Pretty cool, right? And just like with the others, there's more functionality in the documentation that I didn't feel was necessary to go over, but there are some nice things in there. You should definitely check it out, play around. Thanks for watching, and once again, you can email me at jim@smalltimeoutlaws.com or leave some comments down below if you have any questions about stacks. And I'll see you in the next video.